Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Blitz, and today I have a good treat for you. There is a new tank in the game called the VK2801 Agent, and you get it by reaching level 35 of the new Battle Pass, as long as you have the new Premium Pass. Or I wouldn't say new; it's part of the pass. I don't have it yet. I plan on getting it though, because there's lots of other good rewards. But the main thing, the main focus of this video today is going to be on this tank. And first of all, I'd really like the model on this. I really like all the green, all the kind of animated stuff around it. I never really liked the model on the actual VK2801, but I'm a really big fan of this. But basically, my plan for today, I'm going to do a brief overview of this tank's stats compared to the Tech Tree Tier 6 German light tank, the VK2801, and then I'm going to show you two games in the VK2801 and then tell you how the agent would have performed in the same situations. Alright, let's get right into some stats. So here are the two German Tier 6 light tanks that are in the game at the moment. And first of all, we're going to start right off with the firepower. So the DPM straight up, the VK2801, the Tech Tree version of this tank, actually has just a little bit more DPM. It's almost negligible. Well, I don't know. It's about a little bit under 50 DPM increase there. But it's not amazing, but I don't really think you're going to notice in battle. I don't think I would. It's just a 6.6 second reload versus 6.42. And remember, I have all of these turned off so you can max it out a little bit more to get a faster rate of fire. But other than that, these guns are actually identical in terms of penetration, their alpha damage, and of course the caliber. And yes, the shell velocity is the same with let me just double check. Yep, the shell velocity is exactly the same. So in firepower, the VK actually does end up winning out just a little bit, just because it has that slight reload boost. Yeah. Now on to the weapon handling. Right away, you see a lot of red over here. The VK2801 is definitely a lot worse in terms of aim time, dispersion, and even the gun depression and elevation angles, which means that the agent is going to be a lot better at snapshotting, a lot better at sniping, and a lot better at just working a ridgeline or being flexible in general. With 6 degrees of gun depression, you're definitely going to have to pull over a lot of ridges, and you're going to see that in gameplay later. But with the 9 degrees of gun depression the agent has, you're actually going to be able to sit behind them and effectively make your armor profile smaller, because you only have to expose your turret most of the time. And lastly, the mobility of this tank. Actually, they're very similar, but one thing is the engine power of the agent. It actually gets 25 more horsepower, giving it a slightly higher power to weight of 29 versus 28. But they both have really good terrain resistances, which actually means that the agent has 36.5 effective horsepower to ton, which is definitely very, very respectable. So even though the VK2801 is already pretty well known for its ability to get around, but the agent is actually going to be able to do it just a little bit faster. So it'll definitely be a lot more flexible getting around the battlefield. Like I said earlier, being able to work a ridge line, it's going to be able to do a lot more than the VK2801 can. And going all the way back here, the only thing that the VK2801 actually has better than this tank is just a little bit, a fraction more DPM, which probably you won't even notice in battle. So definitely, I'm considering the agent almost a straight upgrade to the VK2801. So immediately, it's worth $5 in my eyes. If you're just paying $5 for that, I'd get it straight up. But considering you get $5 for the whole battle pass, and as long as you're doing missions and stuff, you get a whole bunch of other rewards too. It's definitely a really good deal in my eyes, so I'm going to be picking up that battle pass. But anyways, that's enough of the stats. Let's get into some gameplay. So here we are in the VK2801. Like I said, I do not actually have the agent, but the tanks are really similar. So I'm just going to give you a general idea of how the agent would perform in the same situations that I'm putting my VK2801 into. But yeah, you guys definitely consider subscribing. I'll plug all my own stuff. Check out the description. Any support you guys can give me is definitely going to help my content in the videos. But enough of that. Anyways, I've already been able to rush forward, get 2 heavy tanks on their team spotted, and provide 2 shots into that Excelsior and get a lot of crossfire. But something you're going to notice is how I was pulling up on that ridge there. I actually had to back up and pull out sideways, which shows almost my entire tank. That's still kind of the best way to minimize my profile, but I had to do that because my gun depression is pretty low in this tank. But another thing is, look at how this tank gets around, and then you're going to remember the Agent is actually slightly faster than this. Not top speed, but its power to weight's going to be higher, so it's actually going to be able to zip around even faster than this tank will. Now, I get shot by the Panzer V-4 and my engine gets damaged, which is actually something I've noticed with a lot of German vehicles. Unfortunately, that's another thing I point out. I probably would have hit that if I had the Agent, because that was kind of a risky snapshot, and with a 2.2 second aim time, and I think the 3.6 dispersion, I'm pretty sure, on this tank, it didn't end up hitting the Panzer V-4, and we were actually pretty close to it. So this is going to show you the general idea of the kind of bad shot. The penetration that the VK has. I have to load gold to go through the front of the VK3601H, but that's definitely a very, very strong tank right now. But I'm just trying, I'm kind of in a weird situation, and I decide, hey, I'm in a fast tank. I'm going to try snapshot, but I miss again. This thing cannot really shoot on the move that well, at least at those kinds of distances. But like I said, I'm a fast tank. I was able to get out of that pretty favorably. Now here, I'm just going to try and get some crossfire. Ooh, weird little bit of lag there. Also, an unlucky bounce on the Excelsior. A lot of stuff really isn't going my way this game. But looks like I'm going to be able to find a couple shells under the train. And once again, the accuracy on this tank. I even say negative and shake the screen. The accuracy of this tank's just letting me down this game. I keep trying to find a spot. Nah, I can't really shoot under the train. But there we go, finally getting a fire on that tank. No, that wasn't the second time we hit its engine. He hit my engine earlier, that's what I was thinking of. But yeah, we set him on fire, do 1,000 damage, and actually block 220 damage in a light tank. And that's another thing that you're going to notice about both of these tanks, is they actually have a pretty strong armor profile for a light tank. But anyways, I'm going to go into a second battle, just going to narrate it and show you a couple different scenarios on a different map. So let's get to it. Here we are on Dynasty's Pearl. I really do not like this map, but I'm bottom tier. There's a whole bunch, there's 4 tier 7s on each team. And let's see, they have an Annihilator, a Lycan, an M6A2E1, and an IC SP1C. I don't know which one it is. I've seen both. I always call it the Spice though. But anyways, pretty bad matchup, pretty bad map. Definitely have my work cut out for me here. So I just decide early game I'm going to try to spot. And one thing that's kind of weird about this tank with spotting, it seems to have a pretty good camouflage values, or yeah, camouflage values. Pretty good camouflage values, as I was able to spot efficiently on Mirage, but the turret's kind of far back. So in that position I could have gotten shot from the side and not have even spotted the person who shot me. But I realized that there's actually nobody that I was in the area I was trying to spot, so I'm gonna try to flank. I end up seeing a Hellcat here, get a shot into him, good stuff. And then the Y5's actually caught out with a SP1C. Once again, lag. Oh my god, my internet's pretty bad. My computer's in my basement because my drums are in my basement, and I'd like to record them when I play. And everybody says I'm too loud, so I have to stay in the basement. It's my punishment. But anyways, able to zip around, get this SP1C taken care of. Nice, nice, nice. And then there is the M6 right in front of me. Very, very scary tank. Definitely not as scary as the M6A2E1 Experimental. But look at that! The Annihilator. It's a new tier 7 tank. People have been calling it more broken than the Smasher, and we actually bounced 2 shots from it. And that definitely highlights the armor profile this thing has. A lot of people just lob shells at it. They're like, oh, it's a light tank, but it actually, you get bounces pretty often in this. So now we have 420 blocked damage in a light tank. And, or at tier 6 too, keep that in mind, and 900 damage this early into the game. And I actually did not expect to get out of that situation, but once again we used our mobility and got right out of there. A little bit lucky too though, Because if the Annihilator just loaded Bramo, he probably would have killed us. Or if he aimed a little better, he probably would have killed us. Or if his penetration RNG rolled higher, he probably would have killed us. But anyways, I pull out in front of this Lycan, and can I get a shot? Yeah, there it is. Weird kind of shot delay. Once again, internet. Being stupid. But then I decide I'm going to pull out, get this M6. I think he's going to focus somebody else. But then I kind of realize, oh, he has 310 alpha. I'm at 298. Yeah, not much I could have done there. Probably could have backed up and gone behind this that car over here. But yeah, that's not enough. But we end up getting the win. I do 1.4k damage on the dot. Pretty respectable game, but nothing too exciting at tier 6. But yeah, a second class. We did pretty good. But anyways, that's my review here. Yeah, definitely. If you liked it, make sure to like the video. If you didn't, leave a dislike, and please explain why you didn't like it. I'm a new channel, and I'm still trying to improve. And also on the topic of new channel, please consider subscribing. I need it. I need a boost. I need a boost. I need to get popular so more people watch my videos. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.